Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to give my review for A Winning Team. This is the new Hallmark movie starring Nadia Hata and Chris Palaha. Um, so this one didn't, from what I recall, get a lot of advertising as much as I would have had liked to have seen for it. But it did get some. I wasn't impressed by what I saw. So this year has been very bad for me for Hallmark. I'm used to loving some by now, especially when it has stars in it that I do enjoy, like Alexa Penavega. But so far, I've not given a movie higher than I think a 3.5. Um, so there's been nothing I've what you say loved, and especially nothing I've watched that I would purchase if it got a physical release. Um, but so the last movie I watched, um, it was pretty bad. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't think there'd be a movie that could be worse than that for me personally. The Winning Team basically is about a soccer athlete, star, gold medalist, played by Nadia. I hope that's how you say her name. And she has a anger problem. She's getting kicked out of games, so the coach ends up suspending her indefinitely. She chooses to go back to home. I guess it's home. I'm assuming because that's where uh, where she goes to be with her family, her brother and her niece. And she ends up getting roped into coaching a team, a soccer team, whose coach is Chris's character. Um, they end up having to work together and try to coach this team to a championship. This movie was, for me, for me, this movie was horrible. This movie was pretty bad. Um, if you loved it, or if you thought it was decent, that's great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. For me, I just did not love this movie at all. I thought this movie was hard for me to get through. I wrote a few things down to try to remind myself, but one of the big things to start out with, you got Nadia's character, and she's supposed to be this gold medalist, this big soccer star, coming back home to be with her family while she's suspended. She's all over TV. Nobody really acts like she's anybody special. When she comes back home, like, they're not referencing, oh, the big soccer star's back, our town's, athlete's home, or, nobody recognizes her. Some people don't even act like they know who she is. And I'm sitting there thinking, how do you not, you're saying this girl is a gold, like, there's a scene where a teammate shows up to visit during her suspension, and they act like she's this amazing superstar athlete, but there's nobody recognizing or acting that way toward a gold medalist soccer player. Didn't make no sense to me. Um, I thought uh, her acting was okay. I didn't love it. I thought she had some moments where she did fine, but then she had other moments where it wasn't that great. Um, Chris did good. I'm not a huge fan of Chris Plaha, um, but he did fine as well. Um, One of the other things I had issues with, this movie looked cheap. It looked like a cheap up TV movie. Now, it could have been where they were setting this movie, because I think it was set in like Seattle or close to Seattle. So they was probably trying to go for the more grayish tones, the more dull tones. because of that. To me, that don't work in a movie like this. In movies like this, I want more brighter colors. I want more upbeat feel. When we did get some sunlight, it looked like it was filmed at sunset or during sunrise. Um, the lighting just looked bad, in my opinion. Um, it looked cheap. Everything was just flat. Um, and the timing for this film, some of the scenes, just felt off. It felt like some of some of the delivery, some of the timing just felt off. It just felt like it it just felt like these people knew nothing about what didn't know acting or something like it. It felt like it was their first time doing it. And you don't want I don't want to be able to tell this is their first time acting in a big movie. I want things to you gotta time everything out. Your delivery's got to be just right. Um, towards the end of the movie, there's a scene where she's leaving to go back home, and um, the timing of that scene is just all off for me. Um, and they make Nadia's character, like I said, hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. Probably not though. They make her character very unlikable for most of the movie, um, and I don't really feel the chemistry between her and Chris's character. Her and Chris, their characters, I just don't feel the chemistry. I don't feel it between them. I think that I don't know if it's just the way they wrote the characters or if it's just because she's they're just on. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but I didn't feel chemistry between them. Um, Overall, this movie was just a very big letdown in a way. Like I said, I did kind of expect it to be bad, but not this bad. I was hoping for more just a meh movie. This was actually just a terrible movie for me personally. It's ended up being so far my worst of the year. Um, but I ended up giving a winning team a 1 out of 5. Um, I'm hoping none are this worse the rest of the year. I'm excited for the next one because it is a picture of her with Tyler Hynes and Rain and Fish. So, really excited for that one. I'm hoping that one's going to be a solid one and get the streak of meh to bad films over with and get into some.
Like straight in a row.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get things turned around with this next one and get on the right track. Because I would like to at least like some of them before we hit Christmas. But yeah, I think that is everything. So please come like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we will see you all in the next one.